Egypt criticizes Russia for ending Ukraine grain export deal.
Here's a summary of the article.
Authenticate users, apply security measures, and prevent spam and abuse, and if you do not want us and our partners to use cookies and personal data for these additional purposes, click Reject All. If you would like to customize your choices, click Manage Privacy Settings. You can change your choices at any time by clicking on the Privacy and Cookie Settings or Privacy Dashboard links on our sites and apps.
This post received a score of 10,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Bloomberg: Egypt criticized Russia's exit from the Black Sea Grain Export Initiative and said it will continue to import Ukrainian wheat even after the collapse of the United Nations-backed agreement this week. Egypt's economy has been slammed by an increase in grain prices since Russia invaded Ukraine last year. While global benchmark wheat futures had begun to moderate, they've surged this week after Russia terminated the export pact. Moscow has threatened that any vessels moving in Ukrainian waters would be considered warships.
This article feels like a real-life Model UN tournament.
Funnily enough, I did some Model UN back in high school. The conferences were always as dysfunctional and impotent as Putin's governance.
I did Model UN in college. Like 200 blackout drunk mostly honor students crammed in a hotel on a 4-day weekend. It was a blast.
My NZ mate was getting carried out not only ending it, but blowing up the port, the infrastructure and all the food. Well, Russia definitely made a point of being assholes about it, but in the grand scheme of things the port could be rebuilt and the amount of food destroyed was like 1% of Ukraine's annual grain export. If enough countries in Africa and elsewhere pressure Russia into resuming the grain deal quickly, the situation could be salvaged.
Egypt has a pretty good navy too. If they come out with Turkey, I don't think Russia will have the balls to do anything.
Remember back just before the war? The Russians got their shit pushed by the Irish mackerel fishing fleet. At this point 6 kids in kayaks could probably handle it.
Okay. One African country complaining. Now we just need to hope a crapload more of them do the same?
Kenya knows what it is too. Russia's grain deal exit is a stab in the back, Kenya.
And the fact that recently India put a ban on all exports of non-basmati rice, which is a premium variety of rice that only wealthy nations can afford. We'll see untold completely avoidable deaths due to starvation soon in poorer regions of the world unless some deal is cut to keep the supply flowing.
Literally, the plan from Russia is to create a global famine. The head mouthpiece of RT said as much on air yesterday.
Link.
I saw it earlier. Let me look at it. Here ya go.
Russia really trying to make enemies out of the entire world for no good reason. It's a strategy, I guess.
The plan is pretty clear. 1. Cause famine in poor countries. 2. Create wave of migrants to the West. 3. Migrants cause rise of far-right parties linked to Russia. 4. Far-right parties lift sanctions on Russia. The scary thing is it has a non-zero chance of working.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.